Back to my YouTube channel. This is Mitesh, Khatri, your law of attraction coach, and today we're going to learn about how to use the 5 by 5 technique, or also called as the 55 by 5 technique. Some people also call it the 555 technique, to attract your goals using law of attraction. Now, how does it work? I want to tell you that first. Before that, those of you who are meeting me for the first time today, my name is Mitesh Khatri. I and my wife Indu, we are law of attraction trainers, and we've been doing this for about 17 years. Recently, the good news is we've touched more than 1 million people all over the world online and been able to help a lot of people attract their goals using law of attraction. Today, we're going to talk about a very important technique. As I just told you, 55 by 5, some people call it 5 by 55. Some people even call it 555 or triple five technique, to use as a technique to attract your goals in life in the area of health, relationships, career, and money. Now, as you know, I'm a very, very scientific person, so I always like to teach the science behind something so that when you use the technique, you know why the technique works. That makes the technique even more powerful. How many of you really want to know why the why 555 technique works? Type in why in the chat window quickly now. So the first thing let's understand is why the technique works. Let's understand what the technique is. So when we say 55 by 5, the way the technique works is very simple. You have to first choose one specific goal. Normally, when we use law of attraction and affirmations, we can write as many affirmations as we want on one particular area. So for an example, as you know, one of the techniques I teach is the water bottle technique, or the pillow technique, where you take some affirmations and you put it on the water, or you put it on the pillow. Here you can have multiple affirmations, multiple goals you can work on at the same time over there. But when we talk about the 55-5 technique or the 5-5-5 technique, you can only use one goal at one time. This is a compulsion in this part of the technique. Why, you'll understand now. The way this technique works is, the reason it is called 55 and 5, you're supposed to take a notepad or a laptop and write down one specific goal only, and it has to be very, very specific. It cannot be generic. Something as simple as I am rich. It has to be a specific goal. As you know, in law of attraction, it only works when the frequency matches and then the attraction happens. But for the frequency to match, there has to be a specific frequency. If the frequency is not specific, what will the attraction create for? Make sense? So your goal has to be specific. For an example, I have bought this particular car, or I am happily married, or I have got this job, or I have made this amount of money this month. Whatever is your specific affirmation, you can only take one. So everyone write down only one in the chat window. I want you to remember, if you break this rule of the 555 technique, it'll become very difficult for you to apply, and you'll understand now why. The way the 55-5 techniques or the 555 technique works is, you're supposed to take one specific goal on a notepad and then write it 55 times. You heard me right. You are supposed to write it 55 times. That's right. Now, I'll tell you the reason about why it works powerfully and what's the science behind it. But the way it works is very simple. Take one goal, write it 55 times for 5 days. That is why it's called as 55 by 5, which means 55 times you write one goal every day for how many days? 5 days. So now everyone write down in the chat window 55x5, which means now you understand what it means. You need to write one specific goal 55 times every day for 5 days. But now let's understand, why is this technique so powerful and how does it really make a difference in our life? The first reason is very, very simple. Do you remember the formula I teach of law of attraction? Some of you who know me know the formula that I teach. FTBA, as if I already have it, which means what? I need to feel, I need to think, I need to believe, I need to act as if I already have it. Now, the 55-5 technique works on the B section, which is the belief section. What does that mean? Whenever you believe in something very strongly, you start taking action in that area, right? For an example, if you believe in some person, you become good friends with that person. But if you doubt in that person, you move away from that relationship. So belief is a very powerful thing in affirmation. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in the goal that yes, it's possible. Example, let's say you want to lose weight and you have doubt that if you start your exercising again, you've already started your exercising so many times and you've dropped it so many times that your mind says, I know there's no point starting it. So what's happening here? You're doubting yourself. Because of that, law of attraction doesn't work there. So what do you need to do? You need to start believing that yes, I will be able to do it. Now, how are beliefs made? Beliefs are made through repetition. That's right. Beliefs are made through repetition. The more you repeat something, the more it becomes a belief. Now watch what is happening in the 55-5 technique. You take one specific goal, for an example, I have lost 5 kgs weight. I have lost 5 kgs weight. If you write this down, physically you're writing it down 55 times. It's going to go deep in your subconscious and you're going to start believing in it because you're repeating it so many times. And if you do 55 times, 5 days, that's a huge level of repetition. Obviously, because of that repetition, it goes to your subconscious, becomes your belief. Now you take action on it, it becomes your frequency. You start attracting situations, you start attracting people that will support you in that area. That is why the 55-5 technique works. So, coming to that point, based on a question or a doubt, the question is very simple. A lot of people ask, Sir, Mitesh, can I use the 55-5 ulta? Which means, can I write 5 times every day for 55 days? No. I'll tell you why. Because if you do it for 55 days and you're writing it only 5 times every day, the repetition is not strong enough. So you must understand the science behind it. Every day when you write it 55 times, it goes so deep in your subconscious. So some people ask me, Mitesh, why not 51? Why not 21? Why not 101? Well, you can do 101 also and you'll get the similar results. You'll do 21 also, you will get similar results. But 55-5 has a very specific frequency. See, everything in the world has frequency. Remember that. Numbers also have frequency. When you take your mobile, and on your mobile, when you're dialing a number, each number has a frequency. 5 has a very powerful frequency. If you don't believe me, let me show you. Tell me how many elements are there in the universe. Are you aware about the elements of the universe? Earth, right? Water, fire, air, and sky. How many elements are those? 5 elements, right? So who created these elements? Universe did. If there are 5 elements, there is a reason why there is 5. Universe knows that 5 number is a very powerful frequency, right? If you've ever seen magical movies, they make this star, right? If you've seen witchcraft, they make the star and it has 5 important points. Again, 5, right? 5 has a very powerful number as a frequency. Let's take another example which you will not be able to deny. We as human beings, God made us have 5 senses. What are our 5 senses? Everyone take your hand, say eyes, sound, smell, taste, and touch. 5 senses. Is it a coincidence that universe made 5 elements, 5 senses? No. 5 is a very powerful number. And that is why when you're sitting and writing at one point, instead of writing it only 5 times, you are writing it double 5 times. You are doubling the frequency of 5. Plus the logic is repetition. So if you do 51, it is also repetition. No doubt, you will still get good results. But when you're writing 5-5, 55, you've got that number dialed in twice. Has to be a powerful frequency. Does that make sense? I want to give you the logic and the science behind it. Then you're doing that 55 times, how many days? 5 days. Works very, 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 very powerful. Okay, so that is why the 55-5 technique works. So make a decision right now. What is the one specific goal for which you are going to use the 55-5 technique? Type in the chat window, decided. Type in the chat window, decided, if you have made up your decision saying, okay, this is the one goal I'm going to start doing today. As you've made that decision and as you're typing in the chat window, decided, I'm going to clarify a few doubts for people because I know some basic questions will come up. So as you are thinking of questions, I know what questions you're going to ask. So let me clarify some questions for you in advance about the 5-5-5 technique. The first important part about the 5-5-5 technique is, or the 55 is, some people say, instead of writing, can I do it on the laptop? If you go all over the internet, a lot of people will tell you, don't type it on the laptop 55 times. Make sure you're writing it down. Not true, not scientific, just a concept. It's not a bad opinion, but it's an opinion. I have been doing all my affirmations for the last 18, 19 years since the time I've learned affirmations only on typing because I've never liked writing myself. So I've written my book typing. I've written all my affirmations typing. So it works for me. I'm telling you, it'll work for you. I've got wonderful results with me using laptop for writing all my affirmations through typing. So will it work on laptop? Yes. Will it work while writing? Yes. Now, which one is better? Doesn't matter. It depends on your frequency. It depends on your personal choice. So if while writing you feel more connected, it'll work better. If while typing you feel more connected, it'll work better. Remember the science behind it. You're writing it 55 times only for two reasons. One is the repetition makes it a belief. So that belief is a very powerful frequency. The second reason is 5 and 5 has a very powerful frequency in itself. And then you're writing it for 5 days. So 5, 5, 5. Triple time that 5 frequency has been created, has been dialed in. Attraction has to happen. Okay, so that's the clarity there. Now, for those of you who want to join our program today evening, where we give you more of these techniques in detail as part of one of what we call as our Wealth Mastery course, you're welcome to come and join today evening at 7 p.m., where I'm going to teach you a detailed law of attraction technique of wealth mastery, where I'll show you exactly how to start your day, exactly which specific affirmations to make for every month for attracting money in your life. It's a completely free webinar. At the end of that webinar, I invite you to come and join my Wealth Mastery course by showing you what kind of results we can create. But the first 1 hour, you're going to get tremendous value, and we'll show you more techniques like the 555 technique during the 7 p.m. webinar today, completely free. Register for that. The link is below, miteshkhatri.com/money. If some of you want to be part of our 30 days challenge where we practice this together, that's the second link over there, miteshkhatri.com/30 days. Now, coming to the questions of 555 technique, I'm going to look at the chat window now. And if you have any questions on 555, welcome to ask those questions and I will keep answering it. One of the questions that I had in my mind was, if I'm writing it on a notepad, what pen color should I use? Any. Black is fine, green is fine, red is fine, doesn't really matter. Each color has its own frequency. You can do it multiple times, use a different pen all the time, doesn't really matter. Okay. Here comes a question by Gaurav. What after 5 days, do we have to continue it further or not? So this is a question I get a lot of times. What after 5 days, do we have to continue it further or not? I would suggest you do any technique until you get results. Simple as that, right? If you're taking one particular goal in your life, which is very, very critical for you, do it for 5 days. And if you, obviously in 5 days, you may not have got the results, do it another 5 days, do it another 5 days. Here's another question that people ask me sometimes. Is it necessary to do it for 5 days? Can I stop it in 3 days and then start 2 days after 2-3 days? Of course you can. Will you get results? Of course you will. Why? Because it's a deeper frequency. Remember, you're repeating something so many times, it is going to your subconscious. Of course you will get results. But will you get better results if you use it for 5 days continuously? Yes, a little better. Why? 5 number has a frequency. Remember, 5 elements, 5 senses. The universe has given this 5 number. Let's make advantage of that. Okay, but of course, for some reason, God forbid, you have some family situation because of which on the 3rd day you got interrupted and you will have to do 2 days after that. That's okay. Or you can start the 5 days all over again. Okay, let's see some more questions over there. Can you give an affirmation for career? So, Damayanti, as a rule, I don't give ready-made affirmations to people. But if you come for the Wealth Mastery course today, I will give you ready-made affirmations tonight. Why? Because we want you to become masters at making affirmations rather than me giving you affirmations. Okay, so start going through my basic law of attraction course where I'm teaching you the 4 rules of how to create affirmations. If you want to be part of that basic law of attraction course, you can join the 30 days challenge, which has the entire recording of the basic law of attraction course, 4 rules of creating affirmations, 3 types of affirmations. All those details are in that 30 days course. Okay, next question. So what will be the timing to write? Good question. I was thinking about this. You can write 555 anytime during the day. Like for an example, the water bottle technique, I always say do it in the morning. Best time, morning, because you've recharged the entire bottle at night. So do it in the morning. Pillow technique, obviously at night because you're sleeping at night. But when it comes to the 555, since it's not related to time, you can do it any time during the day. Okay? Next technique. Because remember, Tanmay, what is the science behind it? Repetition. That's the science behind it. And then we are using the number 5 as a ready-made frequency of the universe to make it a stronger frequency. But repetition is the main reason this 555 technique works. So keeping that science in mind, the time is not so relevant. You can write it at 3 o'clock at night. You can write it 1 o'clock in the morning. You can write it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Doesn't really matter. If you're writing it 55 times, has to go to your subconscious if you do it for 5 days continuously. Next question. Sir, that will be the timing. Okay, I think I just answered that question. Going to the next one. Sonu, can we write 55 times anytime during the day? Same answer. Yes, Sonu, you can. Does it work for more than one in one time? It does work. Of course it works, Sanjeet. A lot of people will say it doesn't work, but it works. But I'll tell you why people say, or at least a lot of law of attraction trainers will tell you, don't use more than one. I'll tell you why. Writing 55 times is not easy. right? If you're going to take 5 goals, right, 55 times every day for 5 days, oh, I'll go tired. I don't know about you. So I would recommend use one at a time because it has its own convenience. That's one reason. Second reason, remember you're programming your subconscious mind by writing 55 times through repetition. If you write one 55 times, then the second 55 times, and the third 55 times, third affirmation, the subconscious mind has already forgotten the first one. Right now, for 5 days, we want to bombard our subconscious mind only with one goal, right? So that's another scientific reason why you should keep one goal at one time with the 555 technique. Okay, next question is by Anusha. Can I do it for my boyfriend? And what once I've already done it, can I go for another goal? Yes, of course. Once you've done it, you can go for another goal. And can you do it for your boyfriend? Yes, you can, because at the energy level, we are all one. So if you do it for him, it works, no doubt about it. It's like, how as parents sometimes pray for children, it works, right? Why? Because at the energy level, we are all connected. So if you do it for your boyfriend and you love the person and you have good intentions towards the person, when you do 55 times, let's say you're writing a goal for your boyfriend that says, he's got the job, he's got the job, he's got the job. Yes, that energy will impact him. Okay, next question. I think we just answered Anusha's question. Now going to Priyanka Jain. Have to write 55 times at the same time? Yes, Priyanka, 55 times at the same time. However, it doesn't mean that if you write 25 in the morning and 25 in the night and 5 later, it doesn't work. It works. But see, when we are saying 55, we are using the number frequency, correct? The science of the number 5. You're dialing in. So here's the question. Think about it. There is a number of police, which is, I think, 100, right? So if you're dialing 100 in one go, it will connect to that frequency, it will dial in that number. Now, if you dial 1 in the morning, 0 in the afternoon, and 0 in the evening, will you get the same number connected to your phone? Obviously not. The frequency is going to be different. So that is why in 555 technique, every trainer will always tell you write 55 times in one go. Okay. Make sure when you're doing that, be fresh, be healthy. So here are a couple of techniques to make sure that you don't get tired. One, make sure you're fresh when you do 55 times writing. Two, always create happiness and then write the 55 times. So if you're tired, if you're sleepy, don't write 55 because you're putting that tired emotion into that 55 times that you're writing. Goes to your subconscious, negative energy. You don't want to do that. So make sure you're sitting fresh, make sure you're creating happiness and then write that 55 times. Third, write it at one place every day so that you feel happy in that place and it kind of gets anchored, and make sure that that place in your house is a very positive state of mind place. Okay, like it can be your temple area or your favorite place in the house, something like that. Okay, these are just some tips. Next question. It should be in present tense, na sir, not in future tense. Can you explain with example of same job? Yes, job perfect. FZX creations perfect. Every affirmation has to be written in the present. For an example, if you're saying, I want to get a job next month, wrong. We are going to say, I already have got a job and I'm very happy in my job right now. So this is your entire affirmation. This is what we write 55 times. Perfect example there. Next question. We've got Anand Mishra. Can I write 55 all through the day with break? I just answered that question, Anand. You can. Again, I'm repeating, you can, and you should get results. The reason we are writing 55 times in one go, because it has a different frequency. Same answer I gave you earlier. If you dial 100 in one go, if you dial 100, see, the emotional effect is also different, right? So 100, 555 has its own frequency. Use it, okay? Next question. Digital Prashant. Okay, sir, how to get clarity when I confuse with multiple opportunities? So first technique you should use is the water bottle technique. At night, make sure that you take a water bottle, write clarity on that multiple places. So don't just write it on one side, right? Clarity all sides of the bottle. Keep that water bottle filled at night. Morning, have this water. You'll directly consume the clarity frequency. In 5-6 days, your subconscious starts giving you clarity. Second, start this affirmation. I'm 100% clear about all my HRCM goals: health, relationship, career, and money, HRCM goals. Okay, so that's the way you should get clarity. Next question. Shaturpa, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If I'm not, please forgive me. Debre. What if by mistake I type more than 55 times? Again, it's absolutely fine, nothing to worry. Like I said, you can get the results even if you do 21 times, 101 times, 56 times. Don't worry, because remember, this doesn't have a side effect. You're just repeating. Because you're repeating so many times, the science is it's going to your subconscious and it's becoming your belief. That is why it's working. Why 55 times? Because it has a frequency. When you make it 56, the frequency will be a little different, but it will still work because it has gone to your subconscious. Okay. Uh, is this okay, sir? I'm not sure what you're asking, Anubha. Does it work if we want to manifest for others? Yes, Kinjal, absolutely it works. Next question. Pooja, shall we put a date also on the goal that by this date it has been activated? Yes, you can do that, Pooja. In fact, I always suggest a date helps, but I also say if creating that date is creating that pressure for you, then just simply remove the date and say that my goal is already achieved. That also works. Okay. Next question. Prakash Chandra Bagil. Sir, bottle technique with everyday or once? So, bottle technique has to be every day. Pani to roz peete ho. You're going to drink water every day. So, use water bottle every day. What you write on that water bottle might change in some time, which is absolutely fine if you, for an example, if you've written clarity and you're already clear about your goals. Now you can change what you're writing. If you want more clarity on the water bottle technique, go to YouTube, type in my name, Mitesh Khatri, space water bottle technique. You'll get the entire video in detail explanation. Okay. Next question. Trupti. I tried but didn't work in my job area but worked for my health. So, simple, do it again. Doesn't really matter. Why? Sometimes the tuning requires multiple times. It's like this. So, let's say you're taking a radio and you're tuning the frequency, right? And when you're tuning it, sometimes if it's analog, like if you're manually tuning it, you'll hear a little noise and then suddenly it goes away. And people say, oh, it is not working. And then they stop tuning the radio. Never do that. If you got even a little bit sound, it means that you're very close to the frequency. Keep dialing, keep tuning, keep tuning. Everyone type in the chat window. Keep tuning, don't stop. Keep tuning, don't stop. If you keep tuning, little bit noise is coming. Good news. If the goal comes this close and goes away, good news. Something came. The tuning was happening. Keep tuning, don't stop. Okay. Next question. Uh, Okay, again, Shatarupa Debre. Lovely name, by the way. Can we do both 369 and 555 at the same time? Of course, you can, no problem. But remember, if it gets taxing, if it gets very time consuming for you, then you can use one technique at a time. Okay. All right. Next question. So we've got about 4:22. We'll take 7 minutes more of Q&A. Sir, I was trying writing affirmations for about 2 years, but I'm suffering from family and society pinned distortion. I feel very lonely. Please suggest. Argya, if you feel lonely, only answering a question is not going to help itself. Start attending my advanced law of attraction. Upgrade yourself. If you can't upgrade yourself right now, join the 30 days challenge. It's a basic course. It's almost like the pricing is so low that anybody in the world can join. So join the 30 days challenge. Depression comes out like this in 10-15 days. Try it out. Every evening we work with you at 9 p.m. Personally, I will meet you for about 15 minutes every evening. Join the 30 days challenge. That's my first advice to you. Okay. Next, Pooja. Please tell something about letting go your wish. Is it necessary that after doing the technique, we have to let go? Well, look at it like this, Pooja. If you go to a restaurant and you order some food, okay, and then you keep calling the waiter saying, Khana ban gaya? Is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? What happens is the waiter gets irritated. And then because of that, your people on the table also get irritated. Say, Arey, aa jayega. Like your family members also tell you, or your friends tell you, Arey baba, aa jayega. Why are you getting so impatient? So, बहुत जोर से भूख लगी है. भूख लगी है बट उससे कुकिंग प्रोसेस तो नहीं चेंज हो जाएगा. इट विल टेक द टाइम दैट इट विल टेक. सो व्हाट टू डू? Let go. What does it mean by let go? Have fun with your friends while the dinner is getting ready or the lunch is getting ready. Have fun with your friends. Divert your attention to some other areas of life and have fun with it. That's called let go. Okay. Next question. Indian Taekwondo. Wow, wonderful. What if we doubt while writing affirmations? So don't worry about it. Even if you doubt, if you're repeating that affirmation 55 times, see, the first time you're going to feel doubt. It's natural. Second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, eighth time, nine times, 10 times, when you repeat something 55 times for 5 days, your mind is going to start believing in it. I promise you that. Initial doubt is absolutely natural. Don't worry about it. Just keep repeating your affirmations, goes to your subconscious. That is why the 555 works. It's a repetition technique in order to make you believe, right? So the doubt is natural. We are converting that doubt into belief using the 555 technique. Okay? Question, Shivani. Sir, is it true that I can't get my love back in my life? Not at all, Shivani. It's not true. You can get your love back in your life. Can you get love from the same person? That I don't know, my dear. Because every person has their own frequency where they get their love from. But one thing is 100% guaranteed: everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves love. Everyone write down in the chat window. Everybody deserves love. Okay? Everybody deserves love. EDL. Everyone type in short form. EDL. Don't you think everybody deserves love in life? So we all deserve it. And eventually you will all attract love in your life. The only one condition that you have to drop is ये जिद छोड़ दो कि प्यार कहाँ से आएगा. And then see how love comes to you. I promise you that. Okay? Go to my YouTube channel later and type in Mitesh Khatri attracting love. And you'll find there are two specific videos I've made on attracting a specific person or attracting a life partner in your life. There are two specific videos. Watch that, Shivani. Okay? Next question. Sir, how to use LOA for loan nil? Oh, I have created a video on this, how to recover money, how to get debt free fast. Type in Mitesh Khatri recover money in YouTube. You'll get more details on that. But for now, the first thing you must do is always start with this affirmation. My bank account is now in positive cash flow. I've paid off all my loans and now I am very relaxed and feeling secure in my life. So make an affirmation which is so realistic that as if you're telling your best friend about that, hey, पता है मेरा सारा लोन चुक गया, आई एम फीलिंग सो रिलैक्स्ड इन लाइफ एंड अब तो पूरा अकाउंट कैश फ्लो में है, पॉजिटिव वो भी, पैसा ज़्यादा होता है, कम नहीं होता है. Now, this is natural, right? So that becomes your affirmations. Okay? Next one. So 3 minutes left, guys. We'll take a few more questions. Thank you, sir, for your reply. Most welcome, Trupti. Tanmay. Keep tuning. Yes, good. Keep tuning. Next question. Sir, 30 days program and DMP is same. Yes, Ritu. It's called the 30 days challenge for daily magic practice. 30 days challenge for DMP, daily magic practice. Okay. Verma Amla. Sir, frankly saying, even though using affirmations, sometimes getting doubt about the end result. What to do? So firstly, Amla, absolutely natural to get the doubt, and that is why I'm saying the 555 technique works. Because when you repeat a particular affirmations 55 times for 5 days, it goes to your subconscious, right? So that's the first thing. Second, whenever you're getting a little bit of doubt, always say, thank you for the doubt. I want to say my affirmation again. Start saying your affirmation again. Okay. Next. I did it twice, but no results. Pankaj, it's okay if you didn't get the results. Sometimes you tune it twice, the radio doesn't play properly, but third time it works, fourth time it works. Until how long should you continue? How many of you have this question? That if my manifestation doesn't work first time, second time, third time, until how long should I use it? Type in the chat window yes if you want to know for how long you should use it. If I see at least 8-10 people typing in yes in the chat window, I'll definitely give you the answer about how long you should continue doing law of attraction if your goal has not worked, whether it is with the 369 or the water bottle technique or affirmations or 555 technique or pillow technique, visualization technique, gratitude technique. If it has not worked, until how long should you continue? I'll give you the answer for this if I see at least 8 or 10 yeses in the chat window. Okay. So next question here is Jaya Sudha. Sir, my friend has to gives many money so many years. He's only saying I give for this. How to write affirmations? Please help me. Jaya Sudha, very simple affirmation. My friend has already returned the money and I'm very happy that the money is back in my account. Plus, manifest for your friend that your friend has become 10 times rich. And the reason they've returned the money to you, because now that money has become very small for you. There is a specific video I've made on this. Go to my YouTube channel and type in Mitesh Khatri, or just go to generally YouTube and type in Mitesh Khatri space recover money. There's a very detailed video. I've got a lot of feedback from people that money which was stuck for 20 years came back immediately after they did this exercise, which I've taught in that particular video. So go through that video. Okay. Okay, a lot of people saying yes for that. All right. So those of you said yes, you want to know about until how long you should keep doing these techniques if you don't get results. Answer is simple. It depends on how important the goal is for you. If your mind says Even if I use this technique 10 times and if I fail, and even if I do it 11th time, it's worth it, then you should continue. But if your brain says, itni baar karke kya fayda hua? What is the point of doing it so many times? I'm not getting results. I don't feel like doing it again. Then don't do it. That means it's not worth it for you, right? If it's worth it for you, repeat it. If it's not worth it for you, that means you don't want it deep inside. It's not that worth for you that you're willing to fail 10 times for it. Remember, Thomas Edison tried 999 times before he got the bulb right. And when a reporter asked him, why did you fail so many times and still not give up? He said, because it's worth it. Even if he said, even if it was 10,000 times, I would have not given up. Why? Because it's worth it for me. If your goal is worth it for you, failure is a cost you'll always be willing to pay happily. Think about it. If it's worth it for you, failure is a cost you'll always be willing to pay happily. Then it doesn't matter how many times you fail. One thing you're clear, ye to paake rahunga, right? I'm going to get this in my life. If it's that much worth for you, keep using the 555 technique once again, all right? Next question. I think we answered Jayasudha. Okay, here we go. Kaira. Sir, I also did technique twice, but no luck. Well, it's not about the luck. It's about the frequency. Use it again if it's worth it for you. Everyone deserves love. Yes, absolutely. Yes, so my team member is reminding me here, Ritesh, my wonderful friend is reminding me, guys, if you're getting some value from today's course and if you're getting scientific clarity with the 555 technique, subscribe now to the channel. So next time when I come live, you get intimated by YouTube that I'm going live now. Hit the bell icon so you also get a notification email whenever I go live. And most importantly, share this video with people who you think need to understand the science behind the 555 technique so that they can start using it immediately and start attracting results with you as your friends. Okay? Next. But I'm having one person who is loving me, but I'm not loving him, but I care for him. I don't know what to do. Anything is there which I can do in this situation? Shivani, very simple. I am happily married. That person is also happily married. So you're manifesting end result for you also, you're manifesting end result for them also. Simple as that. Don't worry about where the love comes from for you or that person. End result is you are also happily married in your life. That person is also happily married in their life. Okay. Okay, so it's 4:32. I'm going to take one last question for you. I think we answered this for Pankaj. How to use crystal for money. Crystals is a huge topic. We'll probably create another video on this very soon, Pratap. Okay. Sir, what to say for someone who misunderstands? Oh, very simple, Sushma. If someone misunderstands, you simply say, I forgive you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I forgive you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Because the more I think negative about someone who misunderstands, my frequency is going to go wrong. So why should I worry about that misunderstanding the other person has? I would just do hope, nope, no. That hope, nope, no reduces any negative energy between us, clears that negative energy, brings me to positivity, brings the other person to positivity. That higher frequency helps both of us attract good things in life. What is hope, nope, no? If you don't know already, go to YouTube, type in Mitesh Khatri space Opano Opano. You'll get the technique on how to use it in multiple areas of life. Okay. With that, guys, I've come to the closure of today's program. It's 4:33. Those of you who are interested in going more detail in coaching with me on how to attract more money in your life, today evening, 7 o'clock, I'm doing a free webinar for all of you. Today evening is at miteshkhatri.com/money. When you go here, type in your name, your mobile number, your email ID, because we'll send you a WhatsApp with a Zoom link. So you can see me personally today evening and we'll have a live interaction over there. Okay. Thank you very much. And yes, we will be going live also at 7 p.m. with the same webinar, but it'll be lovely to see you at Zoom so we can actually unmute each other and we can have a conversation. So like right now, only I can talk to you. You can't talk to me. In Zoom, I'll be giving you ability to unmute yourself. You'll be on video with me. It's not going to be a webinar where you can't switch on your video. It'll be a proper meeting on Zoom. You can switch on your video. You can talk. You can ask questions. We'll do that today evening at 7 p.m. Okay. I hope I was able to add value in today's program for all of you in your YouTube video, which you've invested for the last half an hour. If you are committed to use 555 technique, everyone type it in the chat window, committed, quickly. C for committed, quickly. And not only will you use the technique for 5 days, after that technique is completed for 5 days, come back to this video, go to the chat window and say done, so that I know that you're done. Third, after you've got results, Come and let me know that you've got results. I would love to be inspired by your story. How many of you promise me that you will share your inspiring story with me after you get results with the 555 technique? If yes, type in P for promise in the chat window before you leave. With that, I've come to the closure of today's video. Thank you very much. Those of you who are coming today evening, I will definitely see you at 7 p.m. sharp. Those of you who want to be part of the basic law of attraction and practice personally with me every day for 30 days challenge for daily magic practice, join in on the link miteshkhatri.com/30 days. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. And of course, keep creating magic. Use the 555 technique starting today, but remember to use it only for one topic. Bye, guys. Take care